I know there has been a, like in a gaming industry, right? The issue with that, what is that company called? Sweet Baby Inc.
Sweet Baby Inc. The backlash against Suicide Squad was really big. A lot of gamers hated it. It's the most requested game on Steam to have a refund. All the people that actually bought the game, they're so dissatisfied with the product that they want their money back. Right?
Right. Yeah.
And it's like everybody that bought the game. Somebody on Steam, in the Steam community, they made a list of all the games that Sweet Baby Inc. was involved in, right? So you could avoid the games, right?
Right.
So Sweet Baby Inc., they caught wind of this, and they got so butthurt about it that they tried to like dox this guy. They tried to figure out like all the social media handles, who he was. Like, this is the type of shit that happens, you know what I mean? Like when people people can't take criticism, you know? And they think that they're so high and mighty, that they're holier than thou, that it's not us that made a bad video game. You're just a bad gamer. You're just a person who you're a bad person if you don't buy our video game. Like, that's the type of attitude these companies are having, you know?
And the problem is that we don't just cater to them like, here's something that we think you'll enjoy. We cater to them the way that we cater to like a picky baby. We feed them the same thing that we know that they love, and we keep on feeding it. We're like, here you go, you love it, eat this, eat this, eat this. So that then when they get anything else, they react as a picky baby would, which is be like, oh no, thank you, I do not want this.
This company, all the developers they worked with, they're just trying to like add those weird PC elements into their games.
They were involved with Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
The last one that came out.
Yeah.
Now, one of the biggest complaints, right, is how Mary Jane looked. She was looking a little mid. You know what I mean?
I mean, why?
Mary Jane, that character is supposed to be a supermodel.
Making characters ugly, what does it have to do with kind of like to deliver the idea of like liberal and like, what is it, like the diversity? Why they try to make people ugly in the game? Like what does it have to do with like diversity? Like I don't seriously get it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of crazy. You can still make like a beautiful, attractive, like appealing characters in the game or the movie, whatever. But you can still say like, diversity is important.
I think people are starting to notice and get frustrated with the fact that a lot of these companies, they value like these kind of more shallow or these more superficial elements, like talking about like, putting in these woke elements in their video games, right? Like, we can't make these girls too pretty looking. We have to add like more gay people. We have to add more racially diverse characters in places that it doesn't necessarily fit. The thing is, I think a lot of people, they probably wouldn't even be so angry with that or be so frustrated with it if it wasn't like so ham-fisted. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't like if they weren't like forcing this stuff down people's throats.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many, many years, put this stuff up to your higher ups. And if they don't see the value in what you're asking for, when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
It's not just the elements that they put into the video game, right? But it's also the workforce, the people that they hire to make the video games, right? So you see a lot of people getting hired based on their ethnicity, what race they are, what gender they are, their ideology, rather than how good they are at actually making video games.
Even though like a lot of games out there that's kind of like You know, those like a PG, like not like a, what do you call it, the adult only games. The games that are like the kids that are not allowed to like play those kind of
Like
adult
Grand
games.
Theft Auto.
Yeah, but you know, but you know, like kids are still playing it, right? You know, kids
Well, of
still,
course.
yeah, everybody's playing. Doesn't matter. I mean, GTA is a great game, though. I mean, I hope that
Oh yeah, it's
they
classic.
they don't turn into like a like a gay game. I don't want that.
People are afraid that's going to happen with the next Grand Theft Auto, right? That it's going to
I mean,
become more politically
but from
correct and it's woke.
yeah, but from the look of it though, like trailer looks kind of it's great. I mean, I'm actually like
It looks good.
I'm really hyped about it. I mean, because in the trailer it doesn't really show anything that's kind of like politically correct element in there. You know?
Yeah. Well, the thing about Grand Theft Auto, which was so great that I loved about it, was that it made fun of society. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like it was satirical. That was something I always loved about Grand Theft Auto. Like when you listen to the radio stations, they're making fun of pop culture. You
Yeah,
know, they're making
yeah,
fun of celebrities. They have celebrities in the video game making fun of themselves.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and none of it was ever taken seriously. It was never meant to be taken seriously.
No, no. It's just a game. Like they're just like whatever they do in the game, everything is like, you know, goofy and like even when they, you know, commit crimes, make crimes and shit, you know, it's still goofy, man. Like none of us like think that, oh shit, this is realistic and like, you know, let's make a crimes. Nah, like it's a, like it's just it's just entertaining, bro. Like whatever, right?
Yeah, it's just entertainment, man. We all know racism is bad or whatever, and that, you're not supposed to be sexist and all this other shit. Like, we already know that. You know what I mean? I don't have to turn on Spider-Man and be reminded about this shit. I don't want to turn on Grand Theft Auto to have some kind of public service announcement by Sweet Baby Inc. Just because gamers play video games, just because people, consume a lot of this kind of content, we're not like, none of us, we're not idiots. You know what I mean? We're not stupid. We know when somebody's trying to pander to a certain type of audience.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
We know when somebody's trying to focus on pushing an agenda over actually giving us quality entertainment, quality content.
You know, like these days, man, it's so hard to find like good games because like, you know, stuff that we talked about earlier, you know, they're just too, they don't really give a shit about making good games. They all they care about right now is like how these games are politically correct and shit, you know. Whatever, man. Like I really want to go back to that good old days, bro. Like when we play like a great, fun, purely amazing games. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, bro. But
Well, it's like the whole thing with Stellar Blade, right? Like the people complaining about, oh, like this game is too sexy, it's not realistic dimensions on a woman or whatever. I mean, I don't know who's complaining about that. I mean, dude, like you see some women, they looking hella sexy, bro. That's an idealized aesthetic, right?
yeah.
That's something that most people should strive to be like.
But
Yeah.
those like people who try to like brainwash people, those like, you know, those people who are into like PC stuff, like what they're trying to say is that like being pretty is bad at this point. Being
Yeah.
like muscular, like very like tough looking characters and like sexy, pretty and like now they're saying those are bad influence. I'm like,
That's bullshit, man.
yeah, that's kind of crazy, yo.
I just want to say one thing real quick. It's like the whole thing with like the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I love seeing these big ass companies, these big corporations getting kicked in the balls by the common man, by the people. You know what I mean? Because these companies, they think that they can just make a shitty product and then force it on us, take our money and tell us to be happy about it. But what's happening with the Sweet Baby Inc. situation is the people, they're exercising the power over the companies and saying, we're the ones that control. You don't tell us what to like. You don't tell us what to think. We have our own thoughts on things. And, you know, you can't control what we think. You can't control how we feel about these sort of things.
Right.
And the people are fighting back with the power of their dollar, the power of their wallet. You know what I mean? And using their voice to say something that, you know what, hey, we're not happy with this. And these companies, they hate seeing that, man.
Yeah.
But I love seeing it.